See Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn. Senator, welcome.
Good to see you. Thank you.
So let's start with the case of this Columbia University graduate, Mahmoud Khalil, walking out of a Louisiana detention center last night. Is that judicial overreach by a Biden appointee judge?
We have repeatedly seen activist judges rule against policies of President Trump, and they're trying to legislate from the bench. They are trying to be a commander-in-chief from the bench, and what they're doing is exercising their opinion, not taking a stance on the rule of law and the statutes that are there on the books. This is why we continue to look at this issue. We've held hearings. These district judges have no authority to do nationwide injunctions, and some of these activities, they are restricted to the case before them in the district in which they serve.
Let's talk immigration. From the Fox poll, no surprise, people view legal immigration favorably. 70% say legal immigration is favorable, while many favor deporting illegal immigrants. 56 favor deporting, 40% oppose. You did a ride along with some of the people who are on the front lines of that struggle with illegal immigrants. Tell us about your experience and what you saw.
Mike, these are individuals that are working about 75 and 80 hours a week to enforce the rule of law. And the way they have to apprehend when they have jurisdictions that will not hold these individuals that are criminal illegal aliens, if they won't hold them in the jail and let them pick them up from the jail, then our agents are having to go out into the community to find these. In Nashville alone, since they started the push here in May, they have apprehended 554. Now, about 75% of those are individuals that have criminal convictions or either criminal charges. So this is why it is so important for people to support ICE. Right now, ICE has about a 500% increase of assault against them and their work. It's why I have introduced the bill that would prohibit doxing our federal law enforcement agents, and another bill, the Remove Act, that would require these criminal illegal aliens to be removed in 15 days instead of 90 days.
Let me ask you about your mayor of Nashville, Freddie O'Connell, who is defending putting out the private information of ICE officials, even though he's been told it would be dangerous to them. What about that? And this is what brought about the bill to prohibit the doxing. What Mayor O'Connell and his team did was to make the community less safe, and they were choosing criminal illegal aliens over law-abiding citizens. They put out the names and the actions of those that are our Homeland Security investigators and our ICE agents. And Mike, I will tell you this, I have not talked to one single person who wants another Tren de Aragua, MS-13, violent gang, drug trafficker, sex trafficker, living in their neighborhood or their apartment complex or their community. When there's a house that goes up for sale, generally they say, we hope it's a great family moving in. They're not saying we hope it's a gang that is going to move into that house and bring all of their activity, illegal activity, with them. And President Trump and Vice President Vance have been very solid on this. If you have committed these crimes, if you are illegally in the country, then you will be deported. Now, people that go to the CBP Home or the DHS website apps and say, we're here illegally, we would like for you to buy us a ticket back home, we would like for you to set up an appointment for us at the embassy in our home country, and by the way, we would like that $1,000 gratuity, then those individuals are not going to be deported. What they will do is be exited from the country and returned to their home country. On Iran, we know the commander-in-chief is returning to Washington for more intense meetings with his national security team.
What about Iran, and does Congress need to weigh in on the use of force?
The president has the ability to make a decision and to move forward on an action with Iran. I think the thing we all need to remember, there will never be peace in the Middle East as long as Iran has a nuclear weapon or the capacity to enrich uranium just short of making that nuclear weapon. We do not want Iran to have that capability, and President Trump rightfully has been very straightforward for about a decade now. You cannot have Iran have nuclear weapons. You have to have unconditional surrender. And Mike, this is one of the reasons that I fought so hard against what the Biden administration was doing with the $6 billion ransom payment. When you give Iran $1, they're going to spend it on one of two things. One is enriching uranium and trying to get that nuclear weapon, and second is funding their proxies, which is Hezbollah, the Houthis, Hamas, and others.
Senator, the big beautiful bill, President Trump's legislative agenda, Senate leaders set a 4th of July deadline. Do you get it done, and do you get it done by that holiday, which tends to force action in the House of on Capitol Hill?
You're right. It does tend to force action, and I think we're going to get it done. Everyone agrees we need to pass President Trump's agenda. It is what the American people overwhelmingly voted for. They sent a mandate. They want to make certain that we stop the out-of-control spending. They want to see the biggest tax cut in history. They want no tax on tips or overtime, and of course have been tremendously supportive of my legislation, no tax on Social Security. So Mike, I think we're going to get this done, and it will truly be an Independence Day for the American people.
We will follow it all. Senator Marsha Blackburn of the great state of Tennessee.
You got it.